Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel and some content here for Flames. We have not visited Flames of War in quite some time. Still working on our armies here, specifically our Afrika Korps, but after a trip up to Adepticon and seeing some new goodies for the various time periods for Flames of War and theaters, and then also Team Yankee and etc. We saw this and it was like, oh yeah, we gotta add this to our Afrika Korps. We did not have that yet. I think it just adds another fun component here, and from the newer updated book for mid-war. So yeah, we did not have the Bison before, so we decided to at least pick up one box for now, give it a run through in some games, and then just add it to the list of stuff that we're finishing up paint-wise for you guys, so we can finally bring you guys some battle reports. But this is the 15-centimeter Bison infantry gun platoon, so we're going to get this thing cracked open for you guys, show you everything inside, and go from there. We will be right back. Alrighty guys, we're back. We got everything opened up for the Bison here. So here are our components. So first thing off the bat, of course, that you'll notice, sadly, it's not one of the new plastic kits. So we still got that old metal resin hybrid, but that's all right. It is what it is. Maybe someday they will give us plastic for it. But anyway, so we get our Afrika Korps card here, just, movement orders, etc. And again, just list of support units and stuff like that. So we'll get that out of the way. We'll come to the card last, but looking at the model here, so again, we're still good detail, of course. It's not like the older stuff for Battlefront was lacking in that department. So, and honestly, in this case, I think is going to make assembly faster than if this were in plastic, but plastic is nice, at least for the weight savings, if nothing else. But again, we got our big boom boom here, so the 15-centimeter gun, a couple of crew per vehicle there, so nothing overly complicated. Our track assemblies for each, and then we'll take a look at the vehicle itself here. So definitely going to get these cleaned up and scrubbed down, ready for, again, assembly and paint and all that. But you still get some good detail all over the place here. So, and again, we get 2 in the box. So, so we have that. Okay, and then onto the card itself. So again, naturally, Afrika Korps. So tank unit, stormtroopers. So off the bat here, motivations of 4 up. Let's make sure we get this, folks. There we go. Counterattack on a 6. Third Reich last stand on a 3 up. Veteran 3 up. And then assault on a 5 up here. Is hit on 4s. Armor, of course, not going to be much here, but you still have a 2 as far as front, 0 on side and rear and top. Again, this is not meant to be able to take hits, really, right? It's open topped, it's self-propelled gun, but definitely keep that front pointed towards the enemy at all times. 2 will definitely at least give you a fighting chance on some of those lighter, like little auto cannons and things like that. You'll have at this time period. It's not going to stand up, of course, really to like a true AT gun, but try to use the range cover and all that to at least give yourself a fighting chance on those things, and you're going to do all right. Now, of course, artillery is going to wreck you by and large, but it is what it is. Ideally, you will be able to take out their artillery and other things that can more easily get at you with where you're vulnerable. Anyway, movement-wise, pretty standard stuff there. Cross on a 3 up, but we're all really here for the big boom boom gun. So the Bison, the 15-centimeter gun here. So we got our 2 options. We can fire as artillery, or in a pinch, also go direct fire. Again, nasty either way. So we get a 56-inch range if we go artillery, more or less the board, especially with some careful positioning. Has an AT of 3, so I'm going to hit pretty damn hard with that, and a firepower of 2 up. So really, you should hopefully be able to cause all kinds of damage with it. And as you can, of course, tell by the model, it's forward firing. There's no turret or anything here. So good stuff here, hard hitter, and giving you that bigger 15-centimeter gun in a pretty solid mobile platform here. Direct fire option, range drops to 16, which is still pretty decent given the range of some of the other guns at this point. I think, a lot of stuff is at like 24. So yeah, they can outrange you, but if need be, you should be able to move into range and engage if things have gotten to that level where this is able to be engaged by opponents in that way. Gives you an AT of 7, so not the highest thing out there versus real like AT guns. But 7 is still enough to scare pretty much everything that's light, and even some of the true tanks of the period to the front. Now, certainly, you're danger to basically everything on the side and rear, outside of, again, the super large or super heavy things for mid-war. But again, everybody does more or less have to respect that gun, direct firing. Or if you're a little more adventurous and this tank is doing some moving and stuff like that, if you can get around again to side and rear, it gets pretty scary for most things at this time period. And then the fun part here, given the size and power of the gun, if you're going direct fire, you just your firepower is automatic, right? It's gonna hurt, and if it breaks through the armor, yeah, it's gonna be bad news for everything that's inside. So it just will wreck things that way. And then it has brutal, forward firing, and slow firing. So we'll take a look at that stuff next here. So let's get that flipped. All right. So we run this in a group of 2 here for the platoon, 6 points. So again, pretty decent little amount of firepower there for the points investment. Brutal, of course, infantry, gun, and unarmored tank teams reroll successful saves. And forward firing, weapon can only hit targets fully in front of the team. Slow firing, +1 to hit if you're moving. Again, ideally, we're not moving this unit much throughout the game. And then stormtroopers, you can attempt a second different movement order after succeeding in your first. So again, there you have it. Bison, a worthy pickup, I think, at least, for our Afrika Korps forces. And again, gives us another option of getting the biggest boomstick that we can have as far as artillery goes for the Germans at mid-war. But let us know your thoughts, guys, on if you think this is the way to go for artillery for Afrika Korps, or if you would go with a different route. But again, we're also partially just rounding out our selection of forces here. I don't, again, think we had this yet. So, but let us know in the comments, guys, what your thoughts on the Bison and incorporating that. One thing that we need to double check on too, just not sure off the top of our heads here. We'll have to go back and consult the rules. But does brutal only apply when we're doing direct fire, or do we also get brutal when we do artillery? I would assume just direct fire with the way that this is organized, but let us know in the comments there. But again, also let us know your thoughts on the kits, the vehicle, and its use here in our Afrika Korps forces. Drop us comments, guys. Like, subscribe. We'll be back with more flames soon. Again, we're gonna start updating our sort of hobby vlog or blog as well on the channel here, just to again look at our goals and stuff that we want to get done for this year. So I think coming to the end of Q1 here, we're running a little bit behind on stuff. Q1 has kind of just sped by like a blur, and with essentially taking a week off for AdeptCon as well. So we're a little bit behind on some things, but I know one of our goals here is to finally get all of our Afrika Korps finished this year for you guys, I think coming up in Q2, so we can finally get some games and battles on the channel for you guys. But anyway, we'll come back to that very soon. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, guys. We'll see you soon. Take care.